Rain and thunderstorms finally back in the forecast. Hey, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Walks. Here's your Friday severe weather deep dive. Let's get into it. First, I want to show you the severe weather risk area on Friday, and we are under a level 1 or a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms. So it's a pretty low risk. I'll show you the tornado risk, which is down to the southwest in Iowa, the wind risk, which is low, but it's in effect for us here, and the hail risk as well. Now, the important thing to note is we're expecting 2 rounds of rain and thunderstorms on Friday. One in the morning with heavy rain, and the second on Friday night. And I think it's that second one that could deliver a few thunderstorms that could be strong if everything comes together. So let's get back to the charts here. And I want to show you, this is a comparison here of some various computer models, including Colorado State University, for example, and SIPS, which is out of St. Louis, and then the Storm Prediction Center. So what you're seeing here on the left panel, that's the tornado threat based upon the models. Nothing from the SIPS model. Colorado State, though, does have a little tornado threat for us, so it's never zero. And then there's the Storm Prediction Center one that we saw a moment ago. Now we'll take you to the center one here, and that is going to be for our hail probabilities. And let's pull that back up here for you. So you can see the SIPS model doesn't have much there. Colorado State has a little bit of hail probability, but much more to the southwest. And that kind of matches what the Storm Prediction Center is showing. And then finally for wind, again, we have wind probabilities, and that kind of matches Colorado State and the Storm Prediction Center there as well. So what does this mean? This means that, again, primarily wind and hail. If anything, tornado threats never zero, but the wind shear out of this doesn't look to be overly strong. Nothing is screaming at me that this is going to be a major severe weather event from what I'm seeing right now. But let's dive into the data, shall we? Let's talk more about this here. I do want to show you this too. I know a lot of you are interested in this. This is the NATOcast AI model. I really like this. And this tends to show a lot of promise. This is showing the tornado threat where the Storm Prediction Center actually has it nailed in parts of Iowa. But of note, it's right along the border of just kind of a smaller percentage threat there. So again, it's never zero, but not overly concerned from a tornado standpoint. Now we switch over here to the wind, and you can see that threat goes up for us a little bit. And the hail goes up for us a little bit as well, but I really like that AI product there. So now I'm going to switch you over to the computer model data. I'll recenter this for you here. This is one of our high resolution pieces of data that we look at. So let's go through tonight. And you'll see those showers and thunderstorms continuing off to our west. This is 10 o'clock tonight. So we stay quiet on our Friday night here, or our Thursday night rather, excuse me, with increasing clouds. By Friday morning, here comes the rain. And this is some heavy rain coming through. We'll look at projected totals here in a minute, but it's going to be soggy on Friday morning. No severe weather out of this, maybe a few rumbles, but it's going to be soggy. This is now noon on Friday. So really rain 7 a.m. to noon pretty consistently. Then we get into the afternoon. Still a few scattered showers, maybe a rumble. Not a huge deal there. 75 for a high on Friday, given the clouds and the rain around. That's wave number 1 in the atmosphere, okay? And then wave number 2 comes in Friday night. Look, now this is late Friday afternoon, early evening, 6 p.m. Look at that cell popping up in central Wisconsin. So now we're seeing the cells popping really by 6, 7, 8 o'clock to our northwest. The question will be, do those survive into our area? This is 10 p.m. So do these survive? If they do, I think they could be on the strong side. So that's what we're going to have to watch for the severe weather standpoint. Again, I'll just take you back here. This is 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. So it just kind of gives you an idea. The question for us is going to be, with this morning batch, do we become unstable in the afternoon? I've lowered our high to 75. We may not have a lot of instability. If we see more sunshine, if we get up into the 80s, that would then prime the atmosphere for stronger storms in the evening. Does that make sense? So again, heavy rain in the morning, which we'll talk more about that, but then the severe threat would be more in the evening. Let me show you the rain threat here because we need it for sure. And we'll take you through here. So again, Milwaukee is right here at my cursor. So this is showing, at least 1/4 of an inch of rain in Milwaukee in the morning, but then you go down into Kenosha County and it's showing 1 to 2 inches. So I think there's the potential easily for a half an inch to an inch of rain out of this system, primarily in the morning, and then some more rain as we head into the evening. One more point that I want to show you here is Saturday, because now we go into, this is 7 a.m. on Saturday, maybe a few early morning rain showers, but the front comes through and we quickly dry out. So we're now dry on Saturday with a high temperature of 80 near the lake, 85 inland, and dry on Sunday with a high temperature of 75 near the lake, 80 inland. So just to recap, once again, rain comes in 2 rounds. The first one really between 7 and noon for the heaviest rain on Friday, half an inch to an inch, maybe more in spots. No severe weather out of that. Then scattered showers and a few non-severe storms in the afternoon with highs in the mid-70s. If we get warmer, then we have to watch for even stronger storms with round 2 on Friday night. I think that's after about 9 p.m. right now in Milwaukee, and wind and hail would be the main threats along with heavy rain. Slim chance for a tornado, but I'll tell you, based on the wind shear that I'm seeing, I'm really not concerned about that right now. If that changes, we'll let you know. But again, it would be Friday night for a chance for a few severe thunderstorms. Well, you're caught up to date with the latest. Enjoy this warm weather and have a great night.